For the first time in weeks, no schedule changes. And down at Legion Stadium, the new Hanover Wildcats trying to stay perfect in Mid-Eastern Conference play as they welcome the Trojans from West Brunswick. Laney, they're on the playoff bubble. The Buccaneers in an almost win game, but the Hoggard Vikings would have something to say about that. And the number one ranked Wallace Rose Hill Bulldogs look to run past the competition. Get ready, because Friday Night Football starts right now.
You're watching WECT's Friday Night Football with John Smith. Sponsored by A&I Fire and Water Restoration.
We start with our game of the week. Head down to Legion Stadium. New Hanover playing host to West Brunswick. The Wildcats 5-2, 2-0 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. Trojans punting, but it's blocked. The Wildcats recover. Just a few plays later, they would find the end zone. Burke Estes finds his Carolina-bound tight end, Garrett Walston, in for the touchdown. That made it 7-0 Wildcats, and that's just the start for the new Hanover offense. Estes, the little reverse, fakes me out, but it's Trey Age. Coach, get out of the way! Age down the sideline, picks up huge chunks of yards before he's taken out of bounds, and 2 plays later, Age closing out what he started. He dives towards the end zone, scores 14-0 New Hanover. The Wildcats offense still going in the first quarter. Estes, plenty of time, fakes me out again, finds Carl Scott, and Scott down the sideline. For the touchdown, New Hanover wins big tonight. They win 49-14, Week 10, New Hanover at Ashley, West Brunswick. They play host to Hoggard. With that, I welcome you to Friday Night Football. I'm your host, John Smith. Week 9 of the high school football season in the books. That means just 3 weeks until the playoffs begin. Speaking of playoffs, in the most recent projections, I saw Laney Buccaneers on the outside of that playoff bubble. Coming off a loss to New Hanover, the Bucks on the road at Hoggard. Speaking of the Vikings, 3-4 needed to win to get back to 500 in tonight's homecoming at Scott Braswell Stadium. Second quarter to pick things up. Goal to go. Very first play, I was at the game, and Tony Allen scores a touchdown. That made it 17-0 Vikings. The Vikings forcing the Buccaneers to punt, and it's muffed. Elijah Boone, Johnny on the spots. Buccaneers take back over, and, well, the offense running through Trayvon Green. Keeper plays line, dodging linebackers, defensive lineman, finally skirts down the sideline, picks up the first down. Then maybe the play of the year, Green. Finding time one way, the other, over the river and through the woods. Eventually to grandmother's house he will go. Throws to the end zone. Alex Dean in the end zone for the touchdown. That made it 17-7. Vikings with the lead. They go on and win 45-28. Week 10 Hoggard at West Brunswick. Laney, they enjoy the week off. We stay in the Mid-Eastern Conference. South Brunswick welcoming Ashley to town. The Cougars trying to end a 5-game losing streak. Ashley trying to win back-to-back games for the first time since 2013. It was 26-0 at the half. The kickoff, Freddie Thames returns this one 40 yards. He would be taken down. Ashley would not score on that drive, but with 2 wins on the year, not slowing down at all. It's Caleb Parker taking on the bootleg, picking up the first down. Huge gain here down the sideline. That would set up Parker for the touchdown. Ashley, they won back-to-back games. They win 40-0. Week 10, South Brunswick at Topsail. Ashley, like we said, play host to New Hanover. Off to the East Central 2A Conference. North Brunswick looking for their first league win. And, well, Gary Bishop, longtime head coach, the stadium named after him. Coached 25 years for the Scorpions in North Brunswick, having some fun. Latrell Hill will get out of sight. 22-yard run. That's going to set up Jason DeBerry. Night full of fakes. Fakes it and goes in for the score. 6-0 lead. They continue to pound the ball. D'Angelo Walker would take it over. Walker, 20-yard pickup. Bulk of the offense on the first half. Just before the half, Walker in for another touchdown. That made it 12-0. That is all the scoring the Scorpions would need tonight. They pick up the win, 12-0, Week 10, North Brunswick. They are at Dixon. Stay in the East Central. East Duplin taking on Dixon. Cougars averaging, get this, 36 points per game in their 5 wins, but 0 in their 2 losses. First half, Cameron Hall, the quarterback, nice run. Then it's Hall showing off his arm, finds Chris Benson. The extra point was good. It was 7-0 East Bladen, and the coaches trying to get their team going on. Then it's Benson again, a touchdown run, 14-0 East Bladen, but just before the half, Dixon threatening into the end zone, but it's batted down. It was 14-0 at half. East Duplin wins it 28-0. They host Northside next week. We hit the midway points when we come back. Speaking of midway, Wallace Rose Hill taking on the Raiders. We'll also make some stops in Columbus County. We'll be right back. Well, for the second straight week, the Wallace Rose Hill Bulldogs, the #1 1A team in the state since losing to James Keenan Week 3. Bulldogs turned up that defense, giving up just a total of 19 points in 4 games. All those 19 points coming against Trask. Tonight's Bulldogs looking to run their win streak to 5. Joey Price's squad hosting Midway. Picked this one up in the third quarter. 9-0 Wallace Rose Hill. Johnny Gillespie takes the ball and #8 rips it for 40 yards all the way down to the 38-yard line. A few plays later, Desmond Newkirk caps it off with the 1-yard touchdown. It was 16-0 Bulldogs after a Wallace Rose Hill interception. Check out the moves. Johnny Gillespie, he's headed to ECU. Move on, J.D. Lacame nearly takes out our photog Ryan Carresco on the play, but the camera and Carresco would be okay. That would lead to a Keyshawn Kennedy touchdown, 23-0. Then in the fourth, Kennedy wearing 15 now because his jersey was ripped last week, goes beast mode. 44 yards, spinning and over and through and under into the end zone. 30-0 Wallace Rose Hill wins. Wallace next week, they are at East Bladen. Huge game tonight. The James Keenan Tigers 6-1, but 1 loss in league play. Lakewood undefeated in conference play. Some serious ankle breaking jukes. Ken Avon makes a couple of guys miss. Then Shane's the Leopards, 13-yard run. Avon keeping himself, 2-yard touchdown run. That made it 7-0. James Keenan out in front. Then check out Zach Melvin breaking some ankles on this 11-yard run. Hop, juke, L&R buttons, truck stick. That sets Avon the shovel pass to Melvin. This is going to go for 22 yards. The Tigers just getting going. That made it 14-0. Lakewood would strike back though. It's a 12-yard touchdown pass from Zach Tanner to Nyquan Murphy. That made it 14-6, but just before the half, Avent, the coach's son, throws backwards pass to Dante Mason, who hits John Brooks. 30-yard touchdown pass. It made it 21-6. And, well, James Keenan wins tonight, 35-6. Next week, they are at Hopton. We head down to Pender County. Trask Titans 1-6, playing host to East Bladen. The Eagles 6-1. Only loss came to Clinton. Second half, it's 21-0. Trask looking long. Tadafi Davis to Zenas Ward. Going to finally be taken down. Cheerleaders pumped out about that play. Then it's a fumble. Ladarius Holmes fumbles. East Bladen is going to recover. After the touchdown, that made it 21-7. There's the cheerleaders. Then it's Ladarius Holmes. The fumble. East Bladen is going to recover, and East Bladen is going to turn that into a touchdown. Kyle Tatum goes in. That made it 28-7. East Bladen with the lead. They go on to win tonight 34-7. East Bladen, they're at host Wallace Rose Hill. Trask at Midway. West Columbus, our final stop. The Vikings host the Red Springs Red Devils. Red Devils lost to Whiteville for the first time last week, and after Red Springs turned the opening kickoff into a touchdown, Fred Evans returns the ensuing kickoff for a 83-yard touchdown. Evens things up, but that's when Red Springs went to business. They find Roland Alexander, 61-yard touchdown. Red Springs rolling tonight. They win 55-12. Week 10, West Columbus. They host South Robson.